I'm just so deep.
You can use English words. You can use English words instead of Spanish ones. I understand both.
Just
as we spawn into Pills of Gold, LE over here in the top right hand corner map, spawning all the way to the top right hand corner. Our Blues player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. He is going to be representing himself as well as himself, as he is currently teamless. It's insane. Why is all I've got with that. Team owners have something to answer for. He is GogojOey.
And on the opposite side of the map, the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have the red, also Zerg player. Currently teamless, but partnered with OSC Elite. And he's from Australia, right? I'm not somehow thinking of this wrong. Yeah, he's from I almost confused him with someone else. He coming from Australia, currently partnered with OSC Elite. It is, of course, Vivid.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. I've mistook Vivid for Mighty Kiwi in the past. CI's in your name. CI's in your names. That messes me up.
God, that wasn't what it...
I remember that when it's a V, it's Australian player. When it's W, it's New Zealand player.
You've already somehow managed to break me into speechlessness, and we're not even like an hour into the cast.
That's a superpower. Have some pretty standard openings coming out here, but players feeling confident enough to just go gas pool hatch, it seems.
I think it was a hatch gas pool.
That's what it was, hatch gas pool, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was hatch gas pool. I mean, the pools are just coming up at the same time as the hatchery, so I believe it was just the standard 16, 18, 17. So nothing special.
Yeah, none of them too afraid of anything coming their way. No need for a safety pool or anything like that.
Game 1 standard play, dude. They're just like, alright, game 1 in the series, we're just gonna play it standard. Play it safe, play it normal.
Gotta get a good baseline, right, of how you think your opponent's gonna be playing, so you don't want to be the one to initiate too much, especially as a Zerg player. You want to be more reactive as opposed to, taking the initiative here.
Yep, Zerg is definitely the most reactionary of the races. The primary focus, of course, is just being able to respond to things. With the whole evolutions and stuff like that, and the way that production and tech buildings work, Yeah,
that's how
Zerg works.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you're watching and you don't watch StarCraft, in which case, Zerg
so StarCraft is So if you going along those lines, StarCraft is a game, a real-time strategy.
Yeah.
You go to blizzard.com, you can download the launcher Battle.net, and from there, you'll be able to download a game called StarCraft 2. You can find it in the launcher, or maybe you can't. It's a little bit confusing in the new UI.
Yeah.
And from there, it's free to play. You have 3 races here, and Vivid going for a lot of lanes going across the map. Also going to be following this up with a Roach Den. Roach Warren, GogojOey, very good place outside the Overlord, so knows exactly what's coming for him. Walling off with the Queens, but doesn't have a lot of energy here, Alyx.
Yeah, he's got no transfuses, but he's got a wall off, except it's not like a hard wall. Like, he can try and get through these Queens, but he's gonna wall off the Queens, wall the Queens in here. This shouldn't be consequential. In the end, there's not enough things here to break through. And yeah, he's joining back up. He's got the Roach Den, as you called it.
Might be able to kill the Roach Warren.
He does get
the absolutely huge.
That is pretty big, but we do see that GogojOey is already starting up a Spire, so he might just skip out on Roaches altogether.
Yeah, this might be entirely part of his mind games here. I mean, we've watched GogojOey yesterday in GPO, having dipped his toes a little bit into some of this psychological warfare, if you will. There's some very clever decision making.
One of the things that makes ZvZ interesting to watch, especially at the highest level, is those mind games. It's very much like poker.
Yeah.
It's all about hiding what you have and reading what the opponent is doing based on, little indicators and clues to kind of read what they're going for. I'm playing these mind games like, you know, well, look at me. I am playing as if I have a roach warren and I'm going to make roaches, but really you have a spire, you know?
Yeah, and I don't think it's a coincidence that some of the more mind gamey Zerg players like True are also big fans of playing poker.
Yeah, I mean, there's very similar aspects to it. It's a lot of that mind games. It's a lot about reading and keeping, you know, what you have safe. It's also about like showing certain things to make people think you've got something when you don't.
That said, GogojOey has remade the Roach Warren and is about to finish up Galil Reconstitution, working on +2 ground range as well. So he's not too committed on the Spire actually, just gonna be using it as more of a harassment tool. And despite losing the Roach Warren earlier on, that is what he wants to rely on for the most part.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to lean too heavily on these mutas. I mean, he showed them very early on. Like, he didn't try and avoid the overlords here, but because he spent his gas on those mutas, he's not got a lot of roaches to defend here. Whereas Vivid, he's got a pretty good roach count going already.
And all of them going to be taken out in this third base, or maybe not.
No, they're going to be turning their attention onto the roaches here. But these mutas are actually doing not bad work at all. And with the roaches in tow.
One more hit.
Oh, he actually gets the third. But he does get cleaned up.
Finally goes down.
Yeah, GogojOey also going for that plus. Already you've got +2 and +1 armor on the way. Vivid is behind on his upgrades here, and so far GogojOey, like, it's even with splitting his supply and resources between roaches and mutas, which is very difficult to do, he's able to muster up enough mutas to do a lot of damage and enough roaches to deal with anything else.
Yeah, Vivid will have a little bit of defense disadvantage over here, but that doesn't really come into effect when GogojOey is able to just keep him supply capped for this long. That's it. He's pulling back. He recognizes that he can't quite break Vivid yet. He's gonna wait for his +2 to finish up and another round of roaches.
Yeah, the fact that Vivid didn't know about the Spire made it hard because he couldn't get +1 armor. He went for +1 attack. And if your roaches going up against mutas, you definitely want +1 armor because that +1 attack ain't doing anything against those mutas.
Yeah, fun fact, roaches, they don't shoot up.
Correct. Their necks do not exist. They don't have necks.
Oh, they're kind of like, they're not insects then. They're more like arachnids.
You could say that. You certainly.
It's a little bit of a new species of roach. GogojOey is coming in. Really good arc from Vivid. And it does force GogojOey to back away, regrouping with the rest of his army, though. And with the +2 and with the army supply advantage, I feel like GogojOey is just going to smash his way through.
Yeah, he's really just waiting for his reinforcements to show up over here. I mean, there's nothing really here except roaches and queens. But having those
down.
Oh, good
Very
dodge
nice
the files. Yeah, but in the end, there's just so much more here for GogojOey. He's just able to steamroll all of these roaches here. And yeah, I mean, the muta's still taking out the queens in the back, and in the end, there's just so much here for GogojOey.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to watch those 3 mutas just beating down that queen.
We're just like, come on, get your ass back.
We're gonna be able to kill it. Come on.
Get your ass back here, Karen. Come here. I'm gonna beat your ass. And they did.
Indeed, they did, and with it, GogojOey takes game number 1.
Yep. With, you know, that classic, like, ANZ, the rest of Asia, muta-based play, like, you know, doing the thing, just showing up with the mutas, just out of nowhere, as most Asian Zergs do.
Yeah, he's after all playing in the Demi SEA Weekly, so he figures he ought to honor the namesake of the tournament, the organizer of the tournament. Always got to shout out Demi here.
I mean, he's the man that's organizing this.
Indeed, he is.
And yeah.
It's like how when he was not only organizing it, but was also the main sponsor of the event, he was like, all right, I'm going to play and see if I can, like, save my money here. But now that there is a sponsor temporarily, shout out to some drunk Canadian.
Yeah, saw him in chat earlier.
Yeah. Demi does not really need to fight as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Because after all, it's not, like, Demi's not doing this for himself. He's mostly doing it to sort of support his peers, if you will. The
Mhm.
local scene, pretty much.
It's a very niche scene. It's very hard to make it in the scene, like, in terms of a pro. So, like, definitely just out here to support his fellow pros in this region, to grow the scene a little bit, you know, that sort of thing.
And it's working pretty well. Gotta say, a lot of the players are very active, and of course, I think the cherry on. Okay, it's fine.
What happened?
The game automatically alt-tabbed me for some reason, and I thought it crashed.
Oh, no.
No, it's fine, I'm in.
We're good, we're good, we're good, we're fine.
Don't do that to me again, game. I can't take it. As we finish off or continue on to Romanticide LE. LE, of course, standing for Lovers in Peril. Lovers in Peril. That's the movie that somebody's going to make in the future at some point. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, the Blues player already up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. Can he do it again and win the series? Representing himself, coming down all the way from Hong Kong, he is GogojOey.
And on the opposite side of the map, in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the red Zerg player, hailing from Australia and currently not representing a team, but partnered with OSC Elite. It is, of course, Vivid.
It's always cool whenever I see Vivid sign up. Well, one, it's always cool whenever I see Vivid sign up, but two, it's also cool when I look at that OSC Elite emblem and I get a little bit of nostalgia for back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah, the olden days. Back when I was a top player in Singapore, because I was literally the only player playing.
Basically, yeah. Because
I was silver at the time.
Yeah, who the hell was playing StarCraft? I mean, who plays StarCraft anymore? Dead game, am I right? Because that is a
Shaking my
joke.
head.
For legal purposes, that is a joke.
Shaking my head.
This
But
is-
I'll tell you who is playing to continue on that joke. Vivid and GogojOey. Well, I mean, they might be playing. They might not be. They might be asleep right now. Just sort of letting. They might be sleep playing, which. I mean, I guess that counts as playing.
What? You started saying words, and then I stopped listening because I realized you were gonna keep saying words that don't correlate.
Lings are in!
Lings are here. They sure are. The 6 lings over here. They're just 8 lings, and they're just touching the natural here. Vivid going for that full first, more aggressive build, whereas GogojOey going super standard.
Yeah, and I normally expect it to be the other way around here. When I think of GogojOey, I think of the aggressive Zerg player. All these lings immediately getting surrounded as they hatch off, and the Queen gonna be going down as well. GogojOey, he ain't used to the shoe being on the other foot here, Alyx.
Yeah, Vivid actually doing a lot of damage. You're taking out all of the lings and the Queen? Like, that's ridiculous. And he's even gonna be able to take out this Queen on the ramp here. And this
he will not be able to take out the Spinecrawler too. There's just so many links here from Vivid, and he ain't stopping. He is so super all in. This, I feel like this has got beyond a link flood, Alyx. This is a link ocean, is what we've got.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that Spine will finish off the burrow, but it will go down very quickly. And with that, this should, honestly, this might be the end of the game, considering there's more coming in. Yep, here he goes. He's gonna try and dive for. He's gonna try and take out these links and dive for that Nexus, that hatchery. That hatch is quite low.
This Nexus really. I will say that GogojOey is buying a lot of time. Vivid, might be worth it to just bounce on top of that hatch, take it out, and back away. But yeah, he's getting a little bit distracted here with the links of GogojOey, and now the Banelings are starting to get morphed in. Vivid, you have to be so careful here.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to take out at least one of these Banes before they morph in, but at the end of the day, 2 Queens and a bunch of Lings is able to take this off, and somehow GogojOey barely gonna defend here.
That hatch is on 60 health at this point.
Yeah.
It was on like 30, a couple more volleys from the Lings for taking it out. Oh, man. He's got to be kicking himself.
Yeah, he's not risking losing his units for diving. Oh, no, for diving for the hatchery. Oh, please. These Banelings.
Yeah, risking his units like that. Very good connections for GogojOey. Now he's starting to transfuse the hatch. The good thing with Vivid is that he was not doing this off of one base. He did get natural primarily to produce lings, but it's also useful for him to fall back on.
Yeah, if he needs to start droning, which he has started droning again. He is able to do so with, you know, equivalent pace to GogojOey, please. I hate Lingbane Wars. Okay,
it's fine. Vivid is microing this pretty dang well, not losing his lings unnecessarily, being very good at splitting off his lings, actually, targeting the lone banelings.
Yeah, the control here not bad, but not really achieving much. He's just kind of running back and forth trying to find some way to get damage done, but in the end, there's still a pretty strong defense here. He's making even more banelings. So Vivid going straight to the roaches.
Yeah, I appreciate that he's not giving us Lingbane War, so I'm not sure my heart can really take it here. He's giving us something that's a little bit more straightforward.
Yeah, just going for the roaches, you know. Pretty standard. Gonna have to try and catch up economically, having been, you know, having gone for that, like, all-in and ending up behind because of it. He's definitely gonna need to play the catch-up game here. Ooh, barely keeping them from surrounding the queen. That was way too tight.
Indeed it was. Roaches are now out, which is going to be helping the defense even more here for GogojOey. He wanted to go for some counter damage, but not quite finding it.
Yeah, in the end, all he's getting is a full scout, but he's getting as much as he knew before. This is going to be roaches. That's nothing new about that.
Yeah, pretty much what he expected here in the ZvZ.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why try to go for the Lingbane Wars when you know you're already behind? I mean, it's such a larva-intensive unit composition to get. Roaches, you can get a handful of them and then just focus more on droning.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll keep them away while you know, work on getting to. What is that channel point redemption? What does that mean?
Ga?
Yeah.
It's Ga.
What?
Yeah. It's 300 channel point to redeem it. And it's, you know, it's Ga.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's Ga. It's a Peruvian meme, from what I understand, coming down from the Dota scene.
Okay, so not something that I understand.
Yeah.
Don't explain why I don't.
It's essentially a mineral dump here. Kuro added it in so people have less to spend on group pleases.
I mean, I saw somebody redeem a hydrate, so I think I'll do that real quick.
It's a very good idea to happen, yeah. Just back at home as GogojOey gonna be going for a little bit of multi-pronged pressure here, starting to move across the map with his roaches. +1 range, gonna be finishing up soon behind Vivid. He spent just a little bit too much time droning here. Doesn't quite have an army he needs. He is rallying here, but a lot of his reinforcements are still a little ways off. The Lings actually being taken out already for GogojOey. A little bit of a mistime in here for our aggressive Zerg player.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's been behind from dedicating so much early on to trying to kill GogojOey, he's definitely had to spend a lot of his lava on droning to catch up. Though the defender's advantage does come through, and it will keep him alive, barely.
Yeah, it is so hard to push her up this ramp on Romanticide. Nice and right open, especially when you're going Roach v Roach. I mean, look at that ramp. You're just asking to go into a concave.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a very strong ramp. Now Darkings redeemed the hydrate. Drink water.
Yeah, alright. Darking has commanded it.
We interrupt this broadcast to drink water because the chat wants us to.
This is entertainment.
This is peaking. This just means that it'll take longer for Kuro to get group pleases, so I think she's fine with this.
Probably. And speaking of who's fine with what, GogojOey definitely fine taking this particular engagement. Vivid getting a very good concave, but GogojOey not in a terrible position either. Vivid is starting to really break through here with the reinforcements.
That concave was absolutely nuts, and that was a really strong concave from Vivid, able to just clean house there and force GogojOey to turn tail and go home and find another way to deal with this.
I feel like at this stage of the game, GogojOey is just really wishing that Zerg had mules. Mine out that mineral patch that leads to the base, just like that, and then find some even ground. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not the current state of balance. Not the reality we live in, so GogojOey gonna have to continue to sort of hit his head against this ramp.
Yep. Oh, Vivid going very aggressive. Just gonna stutter step as a ball straight forward, and it's working out. I mean, just the sheer numbers advantage. He doesn't even need a concave at this point.
I feel like Vivid has some of the cleanest control of any Zerg player I've seen in a while.
He's got really good control. Like, his control is very smooth, is what it is. It feels like a Terran plays level of control. Like, you know, Terran plays have like the very smooth micro.
Absolutely. Well, most Terran players, not me.
Most Terran players. Like, you notice just how smooth the stutter stepping and splitting and all that looks?
Really does.
Yeah, I've got that same feeling from watching Vivid. Like, it's got that same level of cleanness to it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I get what you mean. Like, splitting individual links to tank banelings. I mean, I feel like there are very few Terran players who can even do that with their Marines and start stepping the roaches. Very Terran-esque.
It's like the way that he moves his roaches and he moved his lings before is just very clean. Also, just noticed my adoptive child redeemed the first hydrate. Oh. I don't know why I'm awake. No, not Riddler.
Right, I get what you mean here. GogojOey with a little bit of nice pressure here. I mean, that's not too dedicated, but Vivid already prepared to deal with that, only losing 2 drones. He's still very far behind, though. GogojOey, whilst he was keeping up that pressure earlier on, just droned up hard.
Yeah,
GogojOey. And that was paying out for him.
GogojOey's econ is absolutely massive right now compared to Vivid. Vivid is running on like nothing here. He's broke as hell. He's just like, okay, I just need units. Like, he's not even got +1, and it is like 11 minutes in the game.
Yeah, that's definitely where GogojOey is showing off that he's a little bit more well-rounded here.
I mean, considering how far behind Vivid put himself behind, that was a sentence. Just how far behind Vivid put himself with that early rush, like not working out. GogojOey using that to take a massive advantage in the econ.
I will say, though, Vivid did a very good job of staying in despite that. There are a lot of times where you sort of expect the Zerg player that fails their aggression there to just sort of fall apart to the counterattack, but he's staying in there very well. His control helping him out immensely, especially these ramps as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for both sides to deal with this ramp. GogojOey just gonna try and stutter step past the biles, but Vivid, instead of moving back, he's just gonna stand still. He did quite a few pretty big biles here, but they're just trading strong biles, but still not as, like, in the end here, GogojOey was just able to clean up all of this. And
now there's just not a whole lot left for Vivid. He's trying to go for a pseudo base trade, but I don't see it working out.
Yeah, most of his, like a good size of his army was on the other side of the map, and in the end,
GG's called. GogojOey gonna be taking that series. This has never happened before. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Just gonna hang that up.
Just say no. There it is. GG. Yeah. As they say.
They definitely say that. And with it, I don't know where I was going to that. GogojOey going off the face. Ooh! Nux here. Popping off in the lower part of the bracket.